we are recording from now.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so also my colleague Steve Spicer has confirmed you have received, well, he has sent the presentation by email if you want to access it. You don't have to, but if you want to access it, it's a PDF document and it's titled Music and Wellbeing.
Yeah.
The first, yeah, you have it. Fantastic.
I'm opening it.
Yeah. The first slide, anyways, is what we've done, is who are you, what brings you here, what you want to get from this session. Yeah. And the second slide is just a warm up for us. And because I cannot really risk sharing some with you today because the Teams doesn't seem to be coping today for some reason. You will have a link anyway there to a web page which is called Go Noodle, which I know many teachers already use anyway, not just for music, for all sorts of things. But in this case, I wanted to share is an activity about melting. Is a sort of calm down activity in this, or it can be a focusing activity as well. And if you want to link, to go to that link now, if you want in YouTube, you will see this figure that is there in the picture, sort of helping you and the children on a melting activity with music in the background. So this is just an example of how music can be used, in this case with the body. So I'm just going to show you briefly. So the activity starts with you standing up, and it sort of it shows you how you can just go, basically at the end you end up melting all the way down to the floor. Yeah. You have that resource, and that's just an example of what we might be doing when we are using music for well-being. And in this case, as I said, it would be for calming, for focusing as well, potentially. Obviously on that web page is a free to access web page. You will find all the things as well, and a lot of the activities I will be sharing today is actually I can share this. They are in our website in what is called the Hub Wellbeing Resource Pack, and I'm going to put a link now in the chat because that I can do amazingly enough. So that is the link to the Hub Wellbeing Resource Package, which we'll be exploring. So today, but also it will be there for you to access at any point. Lots of links to other activities or activities in there as well. Okay. So feel free to stop me at any point with any questions, because it's only two of you present, although other people will watch the recording, so we can make this really relaxed and relatable to you, what the thoughts that come to you. Right, so if you go to the next slide on your PDF, is one that it only has the definition of well-being, nothing else in there. So this is one that is for us to, for you to let me know what are your thoughts on well-being. It's a word we hear all around us all the time, but I just wonder, what do you think when you think of well-being?
Sorry, I'm a bit incompetent.
No, don't say that. No, you're not.
Oh,
You're doing something new that you haven't done before. That's what you're doing. Not
right,
incompetent.
I'm gonna have
Yes.
another go. Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah, so Penny, you're struggling at getting a PDF. Yeah, do
I
not
got-
worry about it, Penny.
I got the PDF and I lost you. But I'm going to see if I can have you have both.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you deal with that. In the meantime, Emily, so your answer to what well-being might mean for you is being happy, healthy, emotional stability. Yeah, does that ring with you, Penny, would you say? something like that.
Yes. Yep.
So being happy, healthy, emotionally stable, so we can function, yeah,
Yeah.
as good as we can, kind of thing. Fab. So the next slide, and again, Penny, don't worry if you cannot see it because I will be reading them. They don't have a lot of text.
I'm winning.
Emily,
I'm doing it.
you're winning. Love it. So Emily has written the quality of our relationships as well. So that's to do with well-being, how we cope with things, and physical well-being too. Fantastic. So that there's lots in there already. And as you can see in the next slide, there is already mention to relationships, because this sort of notion on well-being that I have chosen to sort of present to you today talks about safety, so safe spaces, talks about belonging, belonging to a place, belonging to a group, belonging to a space, and belonging to a relationship as well, belonging to I have a role in this relationship, kind of thing. And also talks about purpose. Yeah. It's sort of three dimensions on what might make us, feel good, feel happy, feel emotionally stable, which are, vocabulary that I'm taking from Emily. Any comments about safe spaces other than obviously physical safety? Yeah, safe that we can physically feel safe. But what about any comments or thoughts about an emotionally safe space, for example, or a space where you belong? Anything that you sort of would like to comment? You don't have to, but if you want to comment anything on that. Or a space where there is a purpose. You feel there is a purpose, that you feel there is a purpose for you to belong to the space or to take part in that space, rather than being just a participant, just to listen, kind of thing. It is, I mean, just listening, it is a role. Obviously listening, it's a very active role. It can be more or less active, but do we, when we are with children, with young people, do we want them to do a little bit more of than listening in our sessions? How do we make them feel part of the session, kind of thing? Say one-to-one or little group or big group. Yes, so Emily says,
Yeah.
you can read that. Always going to read it aloud for the recording's sake, yeah? So Emily says, safe spaces are somewhere where you can express, very important, yourself freely and not fear being judged. So expression and non-judgment. Yeah. So yeah, you can reflect on your own practice, on your own musical practice. It's like, do you make space for expression for your pupils? Do you make space where they feel they can suggest this little twiddle, let's say, and not feel like, oh, that wasn't right straight away, kind of thing? Because maybe it's right in their own way for something, for example. So thank you for that, Emily. Anything you would like to add to this, Penny, or are you happy to if we carry on?
Oh, I can say it, can't I?
You can say,
yeah. That's what I'm writing it. I think that there's a slight struggle with the safe spaces thing and expressing themselves. It's quite hard to draw them back into the lesson sometimes.
Very interesting. So sort of they go off in their own world and it's like, oh, actually, is that the kind of thing you mean?
Yes, it's just the balance. It's quite
The
difficult to get the
balance.
balance because I want them to feel they have a bit of a say in what we do. But I
Yeah.
also sometimes it's really hard to get them to focus because I suppose they welcome the chance to chat.
Yes, yes, very real. Yes. You have any comments to that, Emily? Obviously, giving the children their space and, express themselves. I agree. Yeah, Emily totally agrees. Yes, and it's how you balance that with actually, it would be nice if we get on with something rather than just chat.
Yes.
Yes, but it's good to keep it in mind always, because we come, as I am going to include myself, we come with our own agendas. Like, today I would like to get here. Today it would be nice if we get here. And it's like they might just take you somewhere else, actually.
Yeah.
But it's good if we have that opening. Obviously, we have to manage it as well. Yeah. But if we have the opening, it's a very good first step, because many music practitioners, teachers have their own agenda and are not open to what the children bring. And that is not a safe relationship for the children, because they're just being told, and that's not what education is about, is it? We know that. So yeah, having that opening. Right, fantastic. So in the next slide, I'm not going to read it all, but basically I wanted to bring the children's voice to today, because we're all adults talking about children, but we're talking about what they think, what they wish, what they feel, what they express. So those are just some comments from a school. This is a primary school, where they have been doing, in this school they had been doing actually quite a lot of the staff there so dedicate a little bit of time to music and well-being activities of one kind or the other. And so these are some comments from those children that experienced that. Yeah, I'm not going to read them aloud because they're all in the presentation, which we will send. But yeah, there's their comments there. Right, I will smoothly go to the next slide. And the next slide is presenting the Wellbeing resource package. So I wonder if you can access it now. Are you able to tap into that link that I sent and have a look at how it looks like? Because then you can
Yes.
see the slides. Okay, so Penny says yes.
Oh, hang
What
on.
about
Oh, it
you?
says page not found.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
That's
Okay.
yes.
Can you access it, Emily? Can you let page not found as well? Okay, I will do it a different. That's really strange. Okay, I'm going to do it a different way. Right, can you access this one? I'm just going to send you the link to the general, the page, and see if from there I can sort of direct you. See if you can access that one.
Right. Yeah, I'm on that.
You are on that. Fantastic. Let's
Yes.
wait for Emily. See if she's there. Are you in there, Emily? Right, I will direct you to it, and one way for Emily. So on that page, Penny, there
Yeah.
is one tab. Can you see that it says school settings and early years?
Yes.
If you hover your mouse on top of it, you can see a lot of text, and
Yeah.
and at the very end of the bottom right corner, you can see Hub Wellbeing Resource Package.
Oh, hang on. So do I need to click on schools and early years?
You can click on that. Yeah, let's click on that. So let's click on that. If you click on that, then you can
Right.
see different tiles, and one of them is music and well-being. Can
Oh
you see
yeah.
that?
Yes.
Are you with us, Emily? Yes, she's. Oh, sorry. No, that was my fault. It doesn't take you there. Okay, let's go back. Sorry, Emily and Penny. I thought we'd take it. So let's go back. School settings and early years at the top. Don't click on it. Just put your browser on it.
Hang on. So have I got to go right? School. Hang on. Sorry.
You should still have it at the top.
Yes.
School
Right. I'm there.
settings. Yeah,
Yes.
okay. So hover on it and you can see lots of text at the very bottom right corner. If you go, there is a Hub Wellbeing resource package. You can click on that, hopefully.
I've got music and wellbeing, and I've got online resources.
Yes, under that, it says Hub Wellbeing resource package. It doesn't. Oh, it
No,
has been taken.
it says get in
Okay.
touch.
Ah, I think there must be. Oh, and Emily's saying that's really strange. What's going on the web today? Okay, I will get back to you, Penny, sorry, to see why you cannot access it. But obviously one of you can and the other can. That's really like gremlins, isn't it? I don't know what's going on. So Emily, let me see what you say. If you click on a school settings and early years, it is on the bottom right from the tabs. School settings and early years, really? That's amazing. Right, I cannot even see early years. Early years resources. No, let me see. I think I know what you mean, Emily. Aha, okay, that's convoluted. I don't know what's happened there. Okay, I'll guide you, Penny. So
Yeah.
again, if you go to the online resources, that one.
Right. I was just seeing what Emily wrote. I'm now on music and wellbeing, and I've got 3 oblongs in there.
Not
Creative.
that one.
Not that
Not
one.
that one. So go back to the top of school settings. Bear
Yeah.
with me when we have it. And now to the online resources, just that one, not the one underneath. It's bottom right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Got online
Online
resources.
resources.
Right. Get in
Yes.
there.
Underneath. So you will see a tile for Hub Wellbeing Resource Package.
Yes. Yep.
Right. See if it works for you, that one.
Right. I'm there now.
Ah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened in our website because you could normally just access it direct from that link. But anyway, make a note on that link. Well, we'll send it to you as well, actually. I will make a note to send it to you. Appropriate link. Right, so there, after today, you can dive into it as much as you want because, all the content we'll be going through today is here. But I wanted to expand on some of it today. So if you scroll down, there is something about regulation, and this regulation in pink, can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically a lot of the work, and Emily can see as well, fantastic. A lot of the work we focus on with music and well-being is on this, on regulation or dysregulation. So at bringing the children to a space where they are regulated so they can work with us, so we can work together. So all the work is down to do that. They might be dysregulated for all sorts of reasons. It might be they just had, a bit of a scene at playground just before they came in, as it happens so often, and that has dysregulated them. It might be they have had a decent bereavement. It might be there's something going on at home. It might be they just feel angry because their favorite food was not presented to them today. It can be all sorts of big or small things, yeah. So if you keep scrolling down, we introduced there the MATES regulation program, and this was designed by 2 psychologists, one from Robbie Abeles from Australia and Salini Sousa from Brazil. And this is not just used for music and well-being, this is used for any work with any art, anything else. And basically I will just briefly present it. They present our life, let's say, as a house. And when we are happy, when we are regulated, we are in the living area. Yeah, you can see we are mostly there. And sometimes, for whatever reason, a trigger happens. You can see the trigger there. And we might go to the attic or we might go to the basement, which they're not regulated places. So the attic is much more about being hyper-regulated, maybe, like the typical fight or flight. It's like we cannot cope with the situation, so we just escape from it or we fight it. And it says there, children that are, or adults that are always afraid, that are panicky on the flight beat or on the fight beat, that feel frustrated or angry. So that's the attic. And the other place where we escape sometimes and we go without meaning to is the freeze or faint in the basement, where basically we freeze, we just are blank, or we faint even. It's like we just feel, we just cannot cope with life. We just want to be out of it, kind of thing, whatever that means. So we all do this. We all go to the basements or to the attics at points in our lives, more or less often, but we are all born with the ability to come back to the living room. When we are born, we all know how to come back to the living room. It might take us longer, depending on the situation, or shorter, but we come back. Now, some of our lives, some of us live lives that are more challenging, especially in early childhood and in childhood generally, which makes us lose the ability to easily come back to the living room. Yeah. So some of our experiences mean that we struggle with coming back from the attic, or we struggle with coming back from the basement to the living room. Yeah. As little children, as bigger children, as young people, as adults. So we need a bit of an extra help with that. Yeah, and it may come from the outside. It may come from us sort of being aware of it and learning some strategies for ourselves to help ourselves to come back to the living area, because that's where we function properly, let's say like that, where we are active. That's why those files is like we're executive. We can execute, we can do maths, we can do music, we can chat nicely to people. Yeah. So these two psychologists suggested there are some keys. They are on the left. There are some keys to help us to come back to the living area when we struggle, or to help others to come back to the living area. And the keys are the MATES keys. And the first one is M for mind, A for air, T for tree, E for express, S for stretch. So those are the keys, the 5 keys they suggest will help us to come back. A combination of them or one of them. So you can see them in bigger if you scroll down, what they mean, what mind, air, trees, express, stretch means. Yeah. So mind is mostly about giving the mind a break, or taking the mind to a better space than where the mind is at the moment. Yeah. Air is about, taking a breath, basically that, just breathe kind of thing. Tree is about grounding, finding your feet and grounding in the space. It's about that. And rhythm is very important in tree. Express, I don't have to explain that one. And stretch is possibly the one that is more loosely linked to music. The other ones are very much linked to music. But stretch is about, stretching the body. So it's proper stretching the body, which, obviously the aspect of music that links more with the stretch is dancing to music. Yeah, expressing through dancing and music. Okay, so if you keep scrolling down there, you will see there is a tile for each key. Are you there, Penny and Emily?
Yep.
Penny is. Emily, are you on the tiles? Yes. Oh, this is working like a dream. Fantastic. Right. So in those tiles, if you can click on mind, let's go to the first one. if you explore it just for a bit yourself, I'll give you a couple of, well, 1 minute to explore it yourself, that Mind webpage, and then we can sort of look at it together. Right. I wasn't counting that minute, but that's probably about a minute. So, you know, anything you would like to explore a little bit further there, Penny or Emily, on that page? Anything that already sort of is very familiar to you, or anything that surprises you? Anything you would like me to expand on? Anything on there that you would like, us to delve in?
No, that looks good.
Fantastic. Anything, Emily, or so sort of clear and all good for Emily? Way, that's fantastic, because that means that once you finish this training, you just can go to it. Looking at the blob opera is fantastic. Would you like to click on the blob opera, Penny? Because it's just really good fun. So it's at the bottom of the page. There is a link. So what appears in red.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so if you click on that, it should work. Actually, it wasn't working, but I asked my colleagues to change it. So something called blob opera will appear in another or there. We will not go deeply into it now, but basically is what it says there is AI doing opera with proper never seen it before, Emily. I know, it's really good fun. With proper opera singers. So the voice is opera singing voices, but basically you or the child, and you with the child, can sort of make your own pieces, opera pieces with these blobs. Yeah. And we don't have time to explore it right now, but feel free to explore it after we finish, because it's really good fun. Yeah. And for any ages, actually. So let's go back to the Mind page if you have taken yourself out of it. What I would like to say about that? I mean, yeah. I tell you what are the most popular with the trainees that have done this course before, and we have delivered this course for teachers, but also for TA, so for support staff in the school that that work, or specifically for ELSAs, which are the ones that work with children that may have some specific challenges. So from that page, they have found very, very helpful. I don't know if you ever used it, the line riders. So in 1.2, there is the heading is watch music to calm the mind. There's many, many different ways to do that, obviously. And one we suggest is watching line riders, which is in YouTube. There's lots of them, different ones, different genres. There's classical music, pop, rock, like hip hop. There's lots of genres. And basically, yeah, it's a piece of music, and they watch the riders do, different things to the piece of music. That is very much a favorite. Many practitioners use it as a warm-up, or as a focusing, or as an example for something they're trying to explain in music, for example. Yeah, it could be through that as well. Just a different way to catch their attention and to take them somewhere else, which is where we are. We are in mind. The other one that is very popular is the 1.4, drawing to music. And then again, I mean, we do put a link there of somebody. Wait a minute, I'm going to read what Emily said. We sometimes use finger tracing to music using YouTube too. Fantastic. That's really quite similar, isn't it? And actually, it's a little bit between the line riders and what I was just talking about drawing to music, because finger tracing is a way of drawing in a way. Yes, so that is an activity that many trainees find very useful. The drawing to music, again, can be done in many, many different ways. use any music. Can be done one-to-one, can be doing groups, and then share what they drew and why they drew it, and what they heard in music that made them draw in green a circle or whatever it is that they drew. So it can be a way of appraising to music and to what they feel about the music, what they hear in the music. So yeah, those are, I would say from here, are the two, the most popular ones. Right, let's go back to, if you are in the tiles, and let's explore the air tile quickly, because this doesn't need much explanation. This, the very straight link to music is singing. Yeah, because when we sing, we have to regulate our air. There's no way we cannot, we don't, because we have to breathe in and sing, breathe in and sing, and so on. So that's what we, and that's why there's so many studies about how singing is good for people, for children, for anybody. There's many reasons why. One of them is the breathing, is how makes us breathe and be conscious of our breathing. So again, I'm not going to go into any of this because it's mostly to do with singing. We also offer, as part of singing or vocal expression, a rapping activity 2.2. There's if you have charanga, there is a link there for a very quick rapping activity, because some children might find it easier to engage with rapping, hip hop type of vocal expression rather than just singing. Although I have yet to find a child that doesn't enjoy singing. It's really hard to find children that don't enjoy singing, especially the younger they are. Obviously, when you come to older, the later key stage 2 and then key stage 3, so secondary schools, yeah, there is so much more sometimes barriers to singing for boys, particularly, not only boys, but it changes. So yeah, that is air. So we go back. The third one is trees. I don't want to rush it. Are you both in trees? Are you there? Yes. Penny is in trees. How are you? Emily's in trees. So again, I'm going to let you explore for a minute or so that page first, and then we can comment or go on to something particular that you want or you would like to expand on it. Right. I mean, while you are reading, I'm going to say phrases such as stamping the beat, walking the beat. These are all tree activities, yeah. Dancing along different types of music with specific moves for the legs, the feet and the legs. So keeping the lower part of the body very obvious. This is linked to it, making up fit routines to favorite songs or to songs you're working with them or introducing to them. So introducing this song through the feet in a way, yeah, rather than through any other means. And also generally making up movements to songs. For example, there's Polynesian canoeing song in Sing Up, if any of you use Sing Up, but it's in YouTube as well, called Tongo. And that one obviously is, an obvious one to sort of make a bit of a really canoeing action, yeah, for that one. But any song, obviously, we can sort of, let's say, translate it to body movement. And particularly in this one, we're talking about grounding. So we're talking about feet, legs. Yeah. We have expanded it on that page. We don't put only a specific feet, legs. But for example, I mean, the famous one, which is the We Will Rock You, we have put a link to a YouTube video which uses feet, legs, but also clicking and clapping. And this is to do, so I did mention at the very start that trees is very linked to rhythm. As you can see, I have mentioned already beat, and also doing rhythms with your body, and the effect that repeated rhythms have on regulation, which is how we all started. Yeah, so rhythms and sinking into rhythms, doing rhythms, feeling the rhythm, especially with the lower part of your body, makes you calm to the here and now, to ground. That's what grounding means. Which sometimes, Penny mentioned at the start, if you give them a little bit of freedom, they go, woo! And then it's, how do I rein them in? Kind of thing. All of us experience that pretty much daily. So this is another way, yeah? Just bring them in through the feet, kind of thing. Any comments or anything you would like to make from this page or the activities in this page? Wait a minute, I think we have something from Emily. Emily, I love this, never seen it before. We sometimes, oh no, that was from before. Penny's typing. You can talk, Penny, if you want.
Okay. It's a great idea to use movement.
Thank you. Is that something you found you have used a bit before, or not especially something that you think you can introduce?
I think it's something I could have a go at. I think if it's hard to get them back, if I started playing something rhythmical, that might just focus them in a happy way.
Yeah, exactly. So you can play and they can do, you can sort of make them use the little group or the, one, to make them use that. For example, every time I play this song, you have to do bam bam or whatever it is, anything you make up as a thing. So they, they can hear the song and it's like, oh, okay, here is our turn to do whatever. So they come to the group, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes. And Emily, I use a lot of body percussion in a music and movement club that I run after school for early years and key stage 1. Yes. So early years and key stage 1s are the obvious ones because they're really up for it anyway all the time. But yeah, try with key stage 2 as well. I mean, even adults, we absolutely love moving to music, generally speaking, and coming ground with it. Right. Okay. If it's okay with you, we'll do to the number 4, which is express. And again, I will let you have a little wander around that page and, make any comments or anything you like to say about how we have put this together, because as I said, expression would be the obvious one in terms of music, expressing ourselves through music. But there's many different ways we can do this, because we might not have instrumental skills to express ourselves through instruments, or we might be very beginners to the instrumental skills. There's lots of other ways we can express through music. And there's a few sort of or actually, it's not just the point of expressing through music, it's also the point of helping with expression. So for example, it's very common that children don't really know how to say what they're feeling. It's like they cannot make words that give a good idea of what they're feeling, so they might be able to express it through music or through images that the music, like the first activity there, the music takes them through some images. So that's another way of expression. So anything you would like to comment on that page, either Penny or Emily? Anything that sort of you think, oh, let me see which notes are made here. Yes, so expression is about creativity, lyrics, obviously. So which lyrics we put to songs we already know, songs we're learning, backing tracks. And there is lots of resources there. I'm not going to go through every one of them, but one it came up in a training session last week. It was sound stories. So this is making stories with sounds rather than words. So like, for example, bake a cake, instead of saying first you need, well, you need 2 eggs, whatever, you do all of that through sounds. So cracking the eggs, opening the tap to get some water, glugging the milk, or whatever, getting the machine out to mix it, whatever it is. So making sound stories, and then from that you can extend it. So that's one. Obviously in that page we have put emojis to do with helping expression through emojis in this case, and there's quite a few other things, suggestions there. Right, if you're okay, we will go to the last tile, which is the one to do with the stretch. And again, I said this is the one that is, in a way, is again about movement. So it's a bit less linked to musical activity, and we have just put a lot of links, well, quite a few links to movement and music and dancing. Yeah, dancing links. If we were in a room, we would dance to a song together now, but we are not going to do it because we are all in our own space, and we're not going to dance to. But what happens, interestingly, when we deliver this training face to face, and there is a room, and we do a stretching and dancing activity along to either calm music or active music or a focusing music. It just depends, what we choose. And it does, what happens in the room is very interesting. A lot of the time there are quite a lot of reticent adults to join in with the dancing or stretching or whatever, and we sort of make them do it, gently. And then it just changes, how they feel as a group, what they have done together, that kind of thing, which is one of the joys of all this work. Right, so that is, there is an extra tile which is to do with extra resources or links, interesting links. Some of them linked to Sing Up and Charanga, which some schools have or not. Charanga is subsidized by Dosa Music Service this year to all schools. So if you're a school, you will have it for free. Sing Up, some of you have. And basically, that's the main thing I wanted to explore with you today, just so you are aware of, first, what is there online that you can access at any time. But the main thing for us is for you to take you on the journey of what role could music have in well-being for your children, and how you can access it, in a formal instrumental lesson, or in a classroom session, or in a one-to-one extra support session, or in a little group, in any settings, anyways. So if you have any other questions or anything you would like to spam me, put it on the chat now, or tell me now, or write me an email at any point. We will send a feedback form, a link to a feedback form, which is very, very sort of short. So I would, if you can complete that, would be fantastic. I will send, you already have the PDF, so keep it, obviously, and you have the links, but also obviously you know how to access now this online resource. I will send the link again because it has changed from the last time, so I will send it again how to access it. And it is free until the end of this academic year, so make the most of it, because there will be a charge from next academic year on accessing all resources. Yeah, and if you have any other questions, please fire them now. Otherwise, we can finish. Blob opera, yes. Have fun with blob opera, Emily.
That's great.
Well,
Thank you.
yeah, I hope you found it useful, and you will, get using lots of in your practice. And have a good end of term as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Emily.
Okay. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.